Baller roll. Baller roll.
First up, I want to give all praises, honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba Hashem Yahushai, Ba Hashem Rakak Kadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Stone. Salutation to all the Akim out here doing this work in all sincerity and in all truth. Shalom to the elect out there, yeah. Shalom to the helps, the sisters, yeah. To all the believers, man. Yeah, because guess what? Hey, we can see, hey, this is James Jamaica camp. Coming at you once again. Specifically, James Portland. Basically, we're here another weekend, see, you know, bringing the gospel of truth, see, prophesying the word of the Lord, the how about to your child, because you can see that we're in the last day, we're in the end, and it's evident that we are closer to the end of this kingdom than
Quick one for you.
we believe, man, yeah.
Alright, this is Ezekiel 21:9. It says, Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may not that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth?
Guys, guess what? Hey, as you can see, you know, scripture says a sword is being sharpened, man. As you can see, like the video said, how long will it be before? How long will it be before we think World War III? Listen, so that's why, hey, we're closer to World War III than ever more. That means we are closer
To the end.
than Esau kingdom.
Which is right.
That's right. Because we can see that with all the things that have been happening, so-called white man sharpen his sword. See? Hey, main sword that bring the source slaughter, the thermonuclear missiles,
ICBMs.
ICBM missiles.
Fun.
See? And overall, so-called white man sharp up other instrument right now. Because you can see that with this whole climate change conference that they did the other day, COP26.
Oh, yeah.
COP26 or COP26. Hey, we can see where they're making a lot of plans. Then pushing them basically green energy. Then the fourth industrial revolution.
Basically, the agenda towards the 2030 vision what them have.
The 2030 agenda 2030.
Can.
Pushing it closer than ever, man. See? Right. And we can say we must go on. Occupied in prophecy.
Which is right.
Because we see these things are prophecies that we see been going on across the world today. See?
Yeah, bro, you can go on.
You can continue.
Alright, so it condemned the wrath of my son as every tree, and he that giveth it to be furbished, that it may be handled. The sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to give it into the hands of the slayer.
I will know what the slayer, man.
Yeah.
Esau, Edom, his blessing was what? His blessing was his sword, man.
Done.
Right. See? And that's his gift.
Yeah, most I whip.
So the sword is sharpened and given into his hand, because guess what? He's the one who's the slayer.
Gun.
See? And he's gonna come down, as the scripture says, he's gonna come down with great rod, that he can get that a precept from Revelation 12 and 12.
Gun.
See? He's gonna come down with great wrath, man. See?
Yeah.
And the Lord's people. Hey, that's why you see them pushing the whole climate change. I'm talking about ending fossil fuel and all of these things, man.
And about getting the carbon emission down to zero.
Yeah.
And we know what I'm talking about carbon, because you know back then in 2010,
Bill Gates. Yeah.
he came out, Bill Gates, and he speak about
Shalom, bro.
Hey, he speak about
The whole carbon emission
the whole
thing.
carbon emission thing.
Yeah.
And him line out a list of things where
Hey,
we want to get down to a certain amount to get it closer to zero.
Hey,
And population was part of it.
let me just say, him list basically three things where are the major things where contribute to carbon emission, and then his solution was that through the use of vaccinations and another medical, pills and whatsoever. Basically what them gonna do, them gonna sterilize population, basically get down the amount of children people have, and things like that. So we know exactly who them are target when them say that, right? Because you have factories out here and a lot of different things where contribute to carbon emission, but them not target them thing there. Now you hear them say, oh, them gonna stop a lot of factory population and whatever. Them they look at what them target. You see me?
So we know the people that them a target when they're, and it's large people.
Gone.
So everything, large power so-called Negro kids from American Indians. And that's why them people do a survey on Nigeria the other day and say in such time Nigeria was like 6 million or something like that people, but then I know Nigeria is over 200 million. So them have said, hey, that them certain set of people are breed up too fast on the earth. So we need to cut down the population here. And
them people are the most poverty stricken. As them when I say a part of the agenda 2030 is to reduce world poverty.
Yes.
Them not plan to give all of them people jobs or wages or increase their livelihood, their life of living, right? But them are plan to eradicate them off of the earth. This is part of the agenda.
Yes, Esau coming in speech, man. Right. People listen to Prince Charles and Prince Andrew, see? Hey, with them speech with them make at the COP26, see? You can see that them main aim is about population control, right? And them say every government must, see, bring this to them people, man. See, they must ever come down hard. See, you can put
the revelation
from it.
And they have one song.
You can see where these men are come hard now. See, first, starting back then, starting in 2020, 2019, the whole Corona oil thing, then 2020 it escalated to a certain thing. Then them say, alright, guess what? Are the Vanessa, them are come with the people. I see them are push the Vanessa hard for the people from the other day. Now, they come have the meeting and guess what? It's all about climate change. See? So we can see.
So the agenda tie in.
The step to them attack. That's why scripture says we are not ignorant. He said scripture says let's see it and get an advantage of us. We are not ignorant of his devices, man. Right. So we know who is the devil, man. Hey, last time I watched his show. It's a new western for Netflix. Basically in the western, them make a speech and the girl say, you alone is gonna go up against us in the stars. You alone are against the devil. So the next man said to him, say, look here, I know the devil, I've seen the devil. And he's white. You see? So Esau been put in even in own characteristics in the movie. Yeah, yes, he been remove them, and if they remove them, he might bring out and show say, him and the devil, man.
This is Revelation 12 and verse 12 says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. God says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath.
Hey, you think so when the scripture speak about the devil coming down unto you with great wrath, it does speak about the spiritual demon Satan in that sense. See? It's talking about so-called white man. Right. See? Esau Edom. That is real biblical name, man. Its biblical name is Esau Edom, the so-called white man today. See, when the scripture tell about the devil coming down onto you with great wrath, this is what we're heading in that time now. See? Right. We're approaching the time of Jacob's trouble, man. See?
Says, because he know it that he had but a short time.
Hey, see? That was one of Prince Charles' speech at this COP 26. He said the time, he said them not have much time. See? To deal with this thing, man. See? So we can see where, hey, all of this time to the scriptures, man. I'm sure it's just fulfilling the prophecies in the scripture. See?
Psalm 64 and verse 2 says, Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked,
Which is right.
from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
We know who are the workers of iniquity, man. And we know who is the wicked. Scripture tell you who is the wicked on the earth. The book of Malachi 1 and verse 4. See? Hey, you bring it out, Ak?
Yeah,
Can bring it out? Can bring it out? Yes. So the scripture directly point out to who is the wicked on the earth today, man. They can bring it out. You can bring it out.
Alright, so Malachi 1 and 4 says, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished,
Can.
but we will return and build the desolate places.
Can.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down.
Can.
They shall call them border of wickedness, people against whom the Lord had indignation forever.
Yes, the scripture tell you who is the wicked, man. Esau, Edom, man. Edom. The border of wickedness, man. See? With the people the Lord have an indignation forever. See? A heart of anger, man. So hey, guess what? You're not going to skip the wrath of the Heavenly Father. See? No matter what you're doing and how you push hard to get your agenda across, to get your NWO across, see? To bring forth this whole MOTV. Hey,
The new society.
the new society where you build, man.
Digital society.
The digital society. See? No matter how hard you push, it's not going to come to fruition, man.
And
Because the Lord is going to put a hand to it, man.
that's right.
See? I would always say a monkey, y'all washing your shirt, it's going to throw a monkey wrench tonight, man. Jam your bearings, them. See? Stop the engine. Got it,
Back in Psalm 64 and verse 3 says, who wet their tongues like a sword, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words.
Yes, that's them wet them tongue like a sword, and sharp them tongue against the people, man. Say, yo, these are the people who have caused the problem for the earth. Look, them are breed up too much, them are useless eaters. Yo, we need to get rid of them, man. See?
And ultimately, it's all about the birthright. Yeah?
Done.
If we can make a point with the same spoke of the conference for them the other day.
COP 26, eh?
Isn't it? One of the main points with them they are bring out about so-called climate change and global warming was that the Caribbean people who are mostly Israelites, isn't it, play a major role in that.
Oh.
So in a couple years time, isn't it, them have to face the most. Right. It's the most problem because them people don't have the type of technology like the first world countries have to reduce the so-called carbon emission and all of that.
Let me show you how this devil is wicked, man. This man is wicked. See? He might see him want to cause the problem for the herd. See? And him say come up with a solution, man. See? And he come with these great teachings, nice words, see? Some nice sounding words, because these are the words they might bring to them people. But hey, if you're ignorant, you won't understand what this man are trying to say, man. See? But people them listen to them sweet speech. Yeah, the scripture tell us, you know. He say the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. Yeah, but you're warring I'm heart, man. See? That's because I'm with the tongue. Like I'm shot with tongue like different words, man. I'm shoot at what people. See? Hey.
That they may shoot in secret at the perfect,
Man.
says,
And the Lord's people, the Lord's elect. See?
suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not.
That's right.
They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of playing snares privily. They say, who shall see them?
Yes. That's so-called what, man. Because the scripture say, the wicked boasted of his heart desire, man. See? And blessed the covetous with the Lord abhorred. See? The scripture says the most that tall is not in all his parts, man. So this man not think to say there's a higher power above him, man. This man thinking I'm hard. That scripture say that the pride I'm hard deceive him. See?
You forget.
You forget that there is a power, that is a creator, man. See? You forget who created him. Forget who he is on the earth, man. See? So he never think about the most time, man. He can think himself as God. That's why you see them even come to this whole metaverse. I bring them own
Hey, let me can say this. Why is it? No, think about it. The World Economic Forum
that
and them right now them have this big
COP 26.
Yeah, you know, climate change. Why them not talk about, why think they not talk about the things that happen in the sky? Since you're concerned about people and their well-being, right? And you don't believe that they're in a higher power, so-called, right? Why is it they not talk about them, the UFO sightings? Why they not talk about that? Why they not part of them, them climate change or World Economic Forum? Why they not talk about that? You think they don't know? Because they know. Right, then they, let me tell you this man, them elites, them know exactly what take place. Right? And them know exactly and them them are working for them plan to the T, right, which is to get rid of the Lord's people.
Right.
Right, that's them plan. No matter how you hear them talk about climate change, right, no matter how you hear them talk about them carbon emission and whatever, all that is a shot. Right? All that is a cover up. Right? To get rid of people off of the planet. Right? Because me listen to them for a week, and you hear them hit the main points. You hear Bill Gates come on and he talk about the road to zero. Right? But him not go back over the things then when he pinpoint how he might get to zero. Right? Which is depopulation.
Good. We've been going into it.
Right, you know, you talk about that, yo. Right, because them now talk about the genocide. Right, you they make speeches like, wait, you say? Them say, them know the problems, and one of the greatest problem solvers. Right, and all nations now, all the leaders of the nations, for just come cooperate now, you know, and just get it done. What do you think them talking about? What is the real problem? You think the problem is the car that is driving? I drive past you here or something? You think that's the problem? That's not the problem. The problem is who drive the car. If the car didn't have a driver, then it would have that emission.
Or what produces fossil fuel?
Right.
It's producing the fossil fuel.
If fossil fuel was the problem, right? What him say him a preaches from when? 1960 or 1970. When me again man, the Edomite, the big man there with that talk. No Kissinger man. Yeah, but if you preach about this from the 1970s, right? Why never attack it from then? If fossil fuels was the problem, and you knew from then why 40 years later is when you just try to stop it?
Well, why never shut down the factories?
Yeah, why never shut down all the factories?
Why never shut down the factories? I let them big that. Looking at China.
Yeah.
We can't see the sky.
Yeah.
And the nuclear plant them with them up. Why you never do that?
Quick, can that me just say that saying the quick answer is because he's the devil.
Right, but it's devil. We can't get it up.
Yeah, so
You know what is it for?
this is Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Yes, gun.
When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the paw of their hand.
Yes, because the earth is given into the hands of the wicked.
Right.
So that's why you see them do what them do now. See, as we bring out for them book, most of the time art desire.
Right.
See, so him work, them craft.
And them have some
Craft
house,
the earth, man.
them have some house niggas in it like Kanjo. Or help push the agenda there.
Right, we think we're going to be a part
They think they're going to be a part of it, yeah? See, they understand that there is no middleman, and history had proven that these men don't keep them words, then you call them. Keep them words when it comes to certain things. You know? If it's about fucking you niggas up, man, then we keep that because that's what they want to do. But you know, if we keep you niggas a part of it the way that when them accomplish them goal, hell no. See, they want to in the metaverse. Just like the regular ones. Yeah.
And make it get hunted.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, send out some sentinel after.
Get out. Like get out. The boy they say movie name get out.
Yeah.
With it JQ.
Yeah.
Good. Finish?
You finish that? Okay, finish that. You finish the precept? You finish the precept?
Continue. This is Psalms 37 and verse 12 said, the wicked plotted against the just and gnasheth upon him with his teeth.
Who's the just, man? Who's the just? See? And the scripture mentioned him teeth, in power, and he was in power against the just. Man. Who's the just? Hey, the justice of the Israelites, man. See, more overall, the elect amongst the nation of Israel, man. Today, they plot against the Lord's people, man. So-called Negroes, Native American Indians, Latinos, man. And the descendants of these people. Yeah? Continue.
The Lord shall laugh at him, for he said that his day is coming.
Yes, the Lord see it, man. And that's why you're pushing. Because you know that you have a short time left. That's why you're pushing this whole agenda, man. See? Boy, you're trying to get carbon emission down to such and that zero. And you're gonna end with fossil fuel. But your main aim is to attack the Lord's people, man. To destroy the Lord's people off the earth. See? And you see the countries that you're targeting the most. See? The tropical countries. And that's where most of the Israelites dwell, man. Today. See?
Verse 14 said, the wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy and to slay such as be of upright conversation.
Which is right. And who are the men of upright conversation? See? See? The prophets. The prophets are the Lord, man. See? The Lord's elect. We are the ones of upright conversation, man. We are the ones who come out here to speak the truth. See? And tell our people, man, and show them. Yo, this man is an enemy, man. These Edens are your enemy. You must not trust them. See? We're showing our people the right way to tread. Find this is the whole part, man. Walk in it, man. See?
Their sword shall enter into their own heart.
This is what's gonna happen to you, Esau Edom, man. So-called white man. The sword, whatever you're planning against Lord's people, destroy Lord's people, man, it's gonna enter into your own heart, man. See?
Right.
It's gonna be your destruction, man. See? If you live by the sword, you're gonna fall by the sword, man.
And their bow shall broken.
Yes. That's right.
Job 5 and verse 12 says, he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprises.
And the Lord, how disappointed, man. Right. Device of the crafty, man. See? And we know who's the crafty been telling him. Yeah. This so-called white man. He's the one who worked the biggest witchcraft on the planet, man. See? In witchcraft is so huge. Hey, when people blind to see it, man. Blind. Because when people even look at them own people as the ones who are working witchcraft on them, man. Yeah. When this man is working the biggest witchcraft on the planet, man. See? This man, hey, the scripture says he make a diligent search. Yeah. Search out iniquity. So these men studying ways and means, see? How to get it done, man. Even using your own against you. See? Right. Because this man study and say, yo, these people get them own. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to push things by them, make them eat their own more and more feed. See? Yeah. Like in give some of people them some top position. See? I know some of people when they go in a top position or them look down for you when they're in a lesser position. Man, I mean, like even broke out right now. Brown dog. And you will listen. Hey, these men were up there in the top, man. Them don't love us down here, man. The only time they look at us as a people or try to say something good towards us is when the election come. And they want to vote. Or they want to benefit in some way, man.
Scripture said them judge it for reward.
Judge it for reward, which is right. The scripture said them are companions of thieves.
Yeah.
Verse 13 says, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong.
Which is right, man. So the Lord gonna destroy you, man. See? Surely, you can't go to precept. Yeah, hey, this is the main thing right now. Where you see Esau Edom is pushing for, man.
Alright, so Psalm 83 verse 2 is for lo thine enemy make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
Yeah, them that hate the Lord, man. Them hate the Lord's people. Them hate the Lord himself. See?
Say, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones.
That's why the Lord saying disappointed the device of the crafty. See? He said them take crafty counsel against our people, man. Yeah. So-called Negroes, Native American Indians and Latinos. See? You see, them main, as we've been talking about the whole climate change, see, what they've been speaking about, man. The main people them are target, man, is the people who are in the tropics, man. See? And that's where most of our people dwell. See? Continue.
Yes, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Cut them off from being a nation. Yeah?
That the name of Israel may no longer in remembrance.
And the name of that
no more in remembrance.
The name of who? The name of Israel. See? The Lord's elect, the Lord's chosen, the Lord's love, the Lord's firstborn. The Lord said, Israel is my son and my firstborn, man. Yasharallah, the prince, the Lord's prince. See? Hey, that's the main aim is to cut off, man. Continue act.
He say, for they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee.
Yes, they're confederate. They join together. They come together in one agreement, man. See? Even using some of our own people, when them put in some position, and us niggas and I pull them with the string, you know, them a puppet. Yeah, we have one I mean one out here, Brogan, see, with him big nose, Pinocchio. The more lime tell the bigger him nose get them. You can see it.
Yeah,
so can white man pull him string every day.
More line till longer.
Hey.
Longer.
Yeah. You see from week, them gone on the agenda meet up there in a Glasgow, in Scotland. And basically, you know what we see happen now? We see a video come out as a snowfall at Jamaica. Yeah, a video come out as a snowfall at Jamaica right now. You see snow pile up. I think they're in Santa Cruz, Santa Cruz. It's like ice pile up on the street side, the road wet and them thing there. So you know when this puppet come back down here, you know what's gonna happen, man.
There's temperatures or something like that. It's right. Let's see the tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom. Who's Edom? See? Edom. From who? Esau, Edom, which is the so-called white man today, man. That's enemy number one. The enemies of the Lord make a comment. So Esau, Edom, is the main enemy of the Lord's people. He is the main enemy of the Lord. Yahweh Shai, man. See?
That's why Satan is adversary.
Can.
Adverse to what the Most High believe in, yeah?
Which is right.
And the Ishmaelites,
talking about the so-called Arabs, man. See?
of Moab,
Which is the Chinese.
and the Hagarenes.
Hey, these nations hate our people, man. See? Them look at us as like nobody. See? And that's the main aim we see them are doing right now, to push them agenda what them are push right now. See? The algorithm I was been speaking about is the Prince Andrew and Prince Charles, them speech where they make at the COP26. See? It mainly targeting our people to destroy we as a nation, man. But hey, a lot of our people are blind to see that.
Which one?
See? Yeah, you can go ahead.
Lamentation 2 verse 14. Thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee, and they have not discovered thine iniquity, to turn away thy captivity, but have seen for thee false burdens and causes of banishment.
Hey, the so-called prophets that been set up over you, man. Them not tell you the way to turn away iniquity, man.
Yeah.
See? They turn to the Lord, turn to the word of the Lord, you wash your shine, man. See? They might tell you other ways of means. They might tell you to look towards the so-called white man. The so-called white man science. They take the Vanessa. See? Life will go back to normal, man. Life will be better for you. See? And the more you take, and the more you're gonna get.
Alright. So, all that pass by clap their hands at thee, they hiss and wag their head at the daughters of Jerusalem, saying, Is this the city that men call the beauty, the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth?
That's how the rest of the nations them look on us.
Yeah. So,
look on the men them killing each other, shooting on each other in the street. Hey, especially out here in Jamaica, man. See? Niggas been killing niggas in the street every day, man.
Yeah.
See? The women of our nation, man, have been the most harlot. See? In the streets, man. See? When we look, the most death among our people, when they talk about abortion, that's where that's something come amongst most of the women of our nation. The abortion, man. That's something will kill most of the youth them.
50% of Black American, African American
Abortion, man. Yeah.
Oh.
That's right.
Oh,
Them beats overpass the wickedness and
so, all thy enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash their teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we look for.
Hey,
we have found, we have seen it.
Hey, all the nations, them, all the leaders, them open their mouth against us.
Psalms 83, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a they make a tumult. So come let us cut them off from being a nation.
Yeah.
Them create what? Crafty counsel against the Lord's people.
Yeah, we get cut off through the Most High name, through our nationality, right? Through structure in the family. You know, so much ways there.
Hey, just to add to a point, you see me, something just come to mind, you see, back in a slavery, even though still in a slavery, back then when they used to lynch people, what they will lynch better do, you see me, separate the slave from slave. And the same thing we see go on now, so even them, we get set up over, we're supposed to, our stuff are traffic, we're set up over, we're supposed to deal alongside with them. And the same thing is not back then. Up set up and niggas in the house, so basically feel like them better than the slave what they do, but guess what? They're still a slave, man. They still don't get the same thing.
They still get controlled by the same man. See? Yeah. And the same man that control you, a higher power control him. So at the end of the day, hey, everything goes to the how about Shem Shai, man.
Right?
So Psalm 82 and verse 4 says, deliver the poor and needy, rid them out of the hand of the wicked.
And that's what we have begged the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yoshai every day, man. That's why we sign and cry, man. That's why we put a mark up on the ministry and cry. But the abomination will go on daily in this place, man. See? Because guess what? It's bare wickedness go on amongst our people, man. And we have begged the Lord, man, to deliver we out of the hands. He said in scripture said the righteous and innocent blood cried until you continually live. Day and night, man.
The captive exile.
Yeah.
Lose. That him not dying at the pit.
They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundation of the earth are out of course.
Everything turned upside down, man. The back way, everything gone the other way around. See? Hey, man supposed to be the ruler, yeah, women are rule over our people. See? Everything out of course, man. See? That's why I say them come with them all people never talk about climate change. And, hey, well, the reason why the earth is out of course is because the wicked is in authority.
Yeah.
See? Scripture said the law is slack. Therefore the law is slack.
Wrong judge.
Bread out and go forth because the
wicked come past about the righteous,
man.
Therefore wrong judgment proceeded.
Yeah, God. So that's what we see happening in our earth. So that's the one thing we should say. The whole foundation of the earth out of course, man. The earth in it right harder. See? Until the Lord Yahweh shall return and set up the righteous men. See? As before, man. Then the earth will get back in right order, man. But for now, we saw a rule. Hey, just bear iniquity on top of iniquity is gonna continue on the earth.
And so happily, Esau's kingdom is coming to an end.
Which is right.
Because we see these prophecies kicking off.
Hey, and tell you, man. That's gonna be a glorious game. God's willing, we're still here to see it, man. We're still around to see it, man. Because it's gonna be a happy moment. That's scripture tell you.
We're actually living in a glorious time,
yeah.
right? we out here as the prophets of the Heavenly Father,
That's right.
saying things to come to pass. Yep.
Yeah, which is right, man. And we've been speaking the things, see, and we see them happening, man. Because the Lord is because the Lord is a man that cannot lie. So if he's sending prophets out there to speak, see, him not gonna make him prophet come and speak in vain.
Yep.
Because if the prophet can come and speak, and the things that happen, that means that the Lord word in vain. See?
And
so
he say,
when him send us forth and we speak, him gonna make it happen, man.
and him saying word now go back to him void.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
but
right.
it's accomplished. Percent.
This is Isaiah 24, and verse 4 says, the earth moved and faded away the haughty people of the earth do languish.
Yeah, and we can see the other people on the earth are language for them. All the other people. See? Hey, that's why you see them being them having them all them different meetings, because guess what? They are the same ones who destroy the earth, and yet still them are come with solution. See? If we try to set back things in order. And the main thing where them are push it up, see, is to get rid of most of the Lord's people off of the earth. See population.
And the freedom plan is get coming on some freedom, which now is called some
Right?
so-called white man. So you tell them are coming now, something better now.
Better. Then respect the Most High harder, man. See? See? You know, harder above the Most High harder. Them a tell us, say, boy, hey, God never right for man, so we're gonna make it right. See? That's how the so-called white man think. Hey.
The same people will make things get to this point, right? And the so-called try to fix it so it can better.
Yeah.
Quick one.
Finish it. Verse 5 says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
Defilement, the earth is defiled under the inhabitants, man. See? And the ones we inhabit the earth. And if we not run the earth in the right order it's supposed to run, all of the fuckery happen. And then he must say, boy, and this thing I'm gonna do.
And it
This man is a madman, man. Yeah?
It remind me through him of his saying in order to cast it.
All of it, yeah, which is right.
Because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant,
Yeah.
therefore are the curse devour the earth.
You see the reason why? Why the earth is defiled? You transgress the laws. See? You can't. Hey, what's the law? The law is not grievous. Just the law is not grievous, man. So you can't look away and tell which one of the Heavenly Father laws when set up something wrong with it, man. See? Because if we didn't follow the laws of the Heavenly Father, the king, see, the earth is not run in a perfect order.
Yep. Right. It's been going on for a while. Abuse against women and protect our women and children. Right. What's the solution for that? Yeah. Make the woman them stop the certain things. Stop commit adultery.
Yeah,
right. Stop decide so they can left them man.
Yeah.
Wear appropriate clothes. Right. Be subjected to your man.
Your husband, yeah.
Simple as that. Yeah.
And then everything would be in order, man.
We should do out a road a certain amount of time to get raped.
The laws will set up on the earth and structure the right way. But Esau laws them grievous.
Country, yeah.
Yes. He lost them grievous because them biased. It's a hypocrite, man.
Right?
See?
Therefore the curse devour the earth, and they that dwell therein are languish.
Our language, mourning. Yeah, the people in a language, people are mourn day and night. The people lament. See?
Right.
Hey, some of the time when you walk and when you walk, I would say, all of we are on the captivity and we are on the punishment. But hey, we say we need to come out of this one.
Right.
We need better men. See? Some of the time you feel some pain in your body, man. Yeah. We want something better, man. So now we rest. We need to get the hell out of this, man. We beg the Lord to bring it down, man. people from yes. Yeah.
Therefore, the inhabitants of the earth are burned and few man left.
That's we're going into that time. Hey, we're going into that time where it's gonna be where the great destruction is gonna come. Man. See?
To the point where you mentioned earlier about Esau ruling the world and have it in a effed up way. This is Job 30:1. But no they that are younger than I have of me in derision, whose father I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock.
Hey, they are younger than I. Them younger than we. Because guess what? We are the Lord firstborn, man. See? Even though, hey, we talk about Esau, you know, say Esau was the first to come out of my mother's womb. But guess what? Esau is younger than us. When we got the spirit world, see? The Lord's elect. Israel was created first, man. See?
So, yeah, where took might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished. For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness, in former time desolate and waste.
Hey, and them time them there in the wilderness. But then you have them Esau, you know, most of them dwell in them caves and them thing them. And it even can come up to the dark ages, see? From that 1,000 years where them get bound and was cast away from the Caucasus Mountain in betwixt Georgia and Russia up here in the Caucasus Mountain. But them are wild people. This man was always a beast. God, see?
So, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. They were driven forth from among men. Because
hey, people used to look on this man back then like say, who this? Who you? What kind of creature you be, man? And look how people are glorify him now. Like say man the best thing on the planet, man. See? Like man the best thing on the planet now. See?
They cry after them as after a thief, to dwell in the cleft of the valleys, in caves of the earth, and in the rocks, among the bushes they bray and
make behave like animal. Hey, them dwell in the clefts of the rock. The scripture tells us Obadiah.
So Obadiah 1 and verse 3 say, the prayer that thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock, whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
And this clearly can show us that this show the pride of the so-called white man thing. The scripture says he dwell on the cliff of the rock. Does them even call themselves what? Caucasians. See? And Caucasian actually mean what? Cave dwellers mean.
Right.
So just the application high. And we can see it in our spirit. You love to build like skyscraper and everything. You like play high places. Even outer space. And you build in space stations and all them up there, so man. See? Yeah.
Verse 7, Job 30:7. It says, among the bushes they bray, under the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools.
They were children of fools. Hey, and this is clear. Sure said, these men are fools, man. The Lord give you a time to reign on the earth and give you a beautiful planet to take care of. I said, alright, go on. Don't see right? In own home, the home when you get, the beautiful place where you get, see? And not even this man destroy his own place when he get to dwell. See? That shows him is a fool.
Huh? They were children of fools, yea, children of these men. They were violent than the earth.
Violent than the earth, man.
Yeah, so this is the one who get his chance to rule the earth here.
Yeah, man, the real villain.
a base man, yeah. So what do you expect from him?
Hey, you have precept?
Yeah, we have one.
You can bring out Ecclesiasticus 14 and 5.
Never
Yeah,
people.
you have a precept to bring it out.
This is now kept the law, now walk after the counsel of Yahweh
That's right.
that be in high places.
Yes. Because you keep the laws and even the Father.
Yeah.
They despise the ways and the Lord, they all watch him and try. So that's why what sharp judgment gonna come. Hey, the sharp trusted instrument, see it? The missiles, man. Hey, some shit that. Hey, even though you see all of these things going, we know that even World War III is not that far-fetched. See it? So this man I try to say, man, do something to fix the planet. And I come with a nice speech. Every man who says, I come with a nice speeches and tell people, say, this is the way to go to get back better life and hurting harder. And this man said, I come with new seeds. new seeds, man. New seeds like become plant, genetically modified seeds.
Life and shit.
It's like what the most like producer and going to give with not good enough food, man.
Remove the children of men when they genetically modified and do them eat.
And we can see that's where Esau Edom going, man. You might go cut and sustain the population. Oh, you can try it. When you go stop driving, hey, the most like give people the right on the earth to reproduce. And you are going to try to cut that. Be fruitful and multiply. And you are going to cut that. That's what when you cut that, hey, you're going to stop people from reproducing on the earth. So guess what? In a couple of years time, we have to feel that if the earth continue with the planet, nobody no left planet, man. That's if the days were shortened. If the days wasn't shortened, never shortened, man. No flesh. No flesh will survive, man. Oh, them man, everybody from the place and the earth can fit in our state.
So that means I show you say the earth is not overpopulated, right? You see me? Everything of us is first life, right? And foods here whenever whatever, so it cannot go, the earth cannot go the resources, right? Because everything of a time,
Everything renew. It's a cycle.
Exactly. The earth is a cycle, man. And there's no new carbon on the earth. There's no new nothing. Everything, there's nothing new under the sun. So guess what? So nobody can talk about new carbon emission and this and that and various and this and that. The earth have a time period when it regenerates itself. See? Just work with the right ordinances where the most I give run. You heard? Nothing more.
That's why even when we go into the kingdom, these nation after a while them going have to learn our laws, right? You have to keep the long Sabbath.
Sirach 14 verse 4 says, did he finish? Says, he that gathereth by defrauding his own soul, gathereth for others that shall spend his good righteously.
Yes. Because I always see them gather now and a herd of them gold and them silver and see. Even the seeds that them have in Norway, in them doomsday vault, and put on to when them come with them great resets. See? Hey, there are no seeds, we're going to get all of them seeds. Well, thing with them a store, man. They must store for the righteous. For the Lord's people, man.
Right. Says, he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good?
Hey, Esau, Edom, this man is evil to himself, so they expect a man evil to himself, I'm going to be good to you. See? This man come out and he said, hey, you have whole Crown Royal 19 and go on. And then, within the Crown Royal 19, him say I'm going to come out with the Vanessa. See? To save your life. See? So, and we are minister to first. So-called Negroes, Native, and Native American Indians. Yes. Hey, even Joe come out and Joe say, we have 60 million such and such, which is not approved to use in the United States. So we're gonna send it to such and such country. And the so-called white man love you that much, we're gonna send something to save your life first. And now use it for himself. See?
Said it. See a man who feel like said the whole earth overpopulated.
Yeah.
I prefer it like.
Yeah.
That no make no sense.
It says,
Never trust an enemy, man. Hey, this man, we've been telling you, man, this man is an enemy. See? Scripture said never trust him. In words are more sweet. See? It's an enemy who speaks sweetly with his lips. But in his heart, imagine how he throw in a pit, man. Yeah.
says, he shall not take pleasure in his goods.
Gone. Yeah, him not take pleasure in what he have. The goods. Him have all the resources in the earth, you know. Him control all the reserves in the earth. But guess what? Him not use it for pleasure. See? Him not enjoy it. What the earth actually mean? When you go back to the word, Aidan, yeah, it actually mean pleasure. Paradise, man, pleasure. So him not take pleasure in Eden. Actually mean pleasure, man. So the earth is here. What pleasure, man? It's the Lord's pleasure. But this man not take pleasure in it. All he do is bring forth destruction. See? And wrought wickedness upon the earth, man.
Continue.
Yeah.
Verse 6 says, there is none worse than he that envieth himself.
There's none worse than a man who envieth himself, man. See?
And this is a recompense of his wickedness. It says, and if he do it good, he doeth it unwillingly.
Do it unwillingly. Him not do it because him actually do it genuinely out of his heart. See? Yeah? Him just do it because him have some form of agenda behind it. When he want to get across. And help you and you and you and you, as him say. So all of them leaders are going to line up on climate change, the COP26 and I say, boy, hey, we're going to work together as a nation to save the people, man. This man not plan to save you now. So nobody thinks I saw it go. This way man do is for your destruction. Then
It says, and this is a recompense of his wickedness. Oh, slack us. Verse 7 like this says, and if he do it good, he do it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness.
And we can see it when I go to the point, and wickedness I'm going to declare, man. So a white man I'm going to show him true colors now. But some of you people still believe and trust in him. They're going to say he's not really white, he's red. They're saying my devil. Yeah, they're saying I'm the devil, man.
Next scripture, Proverbs 29 and verse 2 says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
And we can see it. So is the righteous in authority?
Yeah, be more you say go on so.
No. So accept that question, man. Who is in authority now?
Wicked.
Hey, we rejoicing now? Hey, the younger men on the planet that are rejoicing right now is the men and the Lord. We receive this truth as the prophets them are coming. We know the reason why we are rejoiced. We rejoice because we are seeing the fall of our enemies coming. See? But the rest of our people, when they never get the foresight to see it, man, when the Lord never hope them third eye to see what's going on. See? Them not see that. Them in a state of mourning. See? See? You know? Yeah.
Yes, second Exodus verse 16 and start at verse.
That's it.
Says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? Says the beginning of sorrows and great mournings.
That's a big question the prophet Ezra asked, and he said, woe is me. See, because the prophet said the state that will happen in the end times, man. Eh? And that's where we are now. You see the destruction will come upon the people of the Lord, man. See? You see the destruction actually will come upon the earth. So you must say, woe is me, who will deliver me, man. The scripture tell me who are going to deliver women. See? If you stand up for the name of the Lord, you are going to your shine. See? Because Psalm tells us who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity. See? if it wasn't for the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yeshua by my side. See? Who? When yeah. So guess what? If you wanna stand up stiffly for the name of the Lord, when the time comes, He's not stand up for you. See? So you have to stand up for the Lord, man. See? And that's what we out here doing. Boldly standing up for the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yeshua.
Right.
Yeah?
Sirach 2:10. Look at the generations of old and see if any ever trust in the Lord and was confounded, or any abide in his fear and was forsaken, or whom did he ever despise that calleth upon him?
Who genuinely, sincerely call upon him. None of the prophets of old, he never despised or call upon him sincerely. Then,
I see it with the other night at class we had
yeah.
Oh God, I speak about great men. Great list out the men them back there. Abraham, the Noah.
Yeah.
They may look at the task that they were given. They may and they have faith, and the most I never fail them. The most I do exactly what he said I do.
Yeah, man. Even though it take a little while, but guess what? He deliver on him word. See, the Lord,
It take a while.
yeah, yeah, you can. See, deliver on him word. The Lord said, see, so all we have to do in this time, man, when the prophet said, woe is me, who will deliver me, man. The Lord said, I'm going to deliver him prophets, man. So all you have to do is sincerely have faith.
The scriptures say you have to believe that He's a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him.
Yes, which is right, man. See? So all you have to do is believe, man. You never know.
But they have one more.
You can bring it,
They have one more line.
Yeah, one more. You can finish it.
For the Lord is Ecclesiasticus 2:11. For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in the time of affliction.
The Lord saved me at the time of affliction, man. He said, me put it down, watch you and him see you. If you continue to have faith, you have to remember, man, things that were written up before time were before I learned. You remember Job, remember the Hebrew boys, see? Remember Daniel. Yeah, remember Abraham, man. It's all the great men of old. See, Gideon, all of these men. See, we call upon the name of the Lord. He's going to live for them. See? When them things are reach them last, and them last moment, when them reach them, there is no way out. The Lord find a way out for them. See?
So Psalms 94 verse 16 says, who will rise up for me against evildoers, and who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? Unless the Lord had been my help, my soul had almost dwelt in silence.
Which is right. Unless the Lord has been my help. See? And the Lord not gonna help you if you don't believe me. And if you don't walk and follow the way He said to do, man, you're not gonna get help. See? No matter things you just go, you're gonna lean when you won't understand it. See? And feel say, are you waiting last minute? Yeah. Even though we know you have brothers that are running at the last minute, man. See? You have to wait in the last minute to come in. That is thing. Because you know the electric seal and things. See?
But then going to be a quick understanding.
Yeah.
Right.
So one of those things say you can just something you can see the ark of prepare and then you just go hop on a ship and things are set. No.
Alright, this is Psalms 91 verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in Him will I trust.
Hey, and that's why when the prophet Israel says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days, man. See, the scripture can explain, the scripture can a quick understanding of who are going to deliver me, man.
Right?
In the law, now wash your shine. See? Continue on.
Surely he shall deliver thee from the snares of the fowler, and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers,
It's gone.
and under his wings shall thou trust his truth. Oh,
It is right.
shall
He said
trust.
him and cover away and feather, man. So guess what? Remember, said the Lord said in the harvest. That's right. And the angels are the reaper.
Yep.
See? So I'm gonna send the angels to come. See? When all of that are come, man. See? So those chariots, man. We've been seeing them so far in UFOs. See? In the news. We've been out here looking at them night in, night out. See? Seen them all the while, man. Coming up all over, man. See? So those are gonna be our salvation, our deliverance, man. Yeah.
His shoe shall be thy shield and buckler.
Can.
Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night,
Terror by night, man.
nor for the arrow that flieth by day.
And basically, the main arrow gonna come. The ICBM missile, a missile go missing. We call it broken arrow. See? So these are the arrows what the scripture been talking about. See?
Nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness,
Pestilence that walketh in darkness. Now, a whole heap of pestilence is going on around now. And we can and the darkness, hey, yeah, because that is the wicked, see? Where them are gonna send a whole heap of them things here for the earth. It's because them not get, even with the whole Corona 19, they not get enough benefits out of it as when them think they don't get. Them are gonna come with something more serious and more deadlier than when them release. See? And this is gonna make them fear. See? But guess what? If you don't have a somewhere to lean on, see? We have the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yeshua to lean on. Woe be unto you. Woe be unto you when I believe, man. See? A lot of these people are going to say that God not dead. See?
It said, nor for destruction that wasteth at noonday, 1,000 shall fall at thy side,
1,000, man.
and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee.
Right. That time when the destruction will come and then ICBM missiles are fire, destruction will go all around, seeing people are dead, this will happen, that will happen. Yeah, the Lord's elect are going to get delivered. See? The ones who trust sincerely in the Lord is going to get delivered.
Say, only with thy eyes shall thou behold and see the reward of the wicked.
Yeah. The men are going to be about destruction.
Jeremiah 3 and 23, speaking into the fact, who them are look to save them. God says, truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills and from the multitude of mountains. It says, truly in the Lord our power is the salvation of Israel.
Because the scripture says, truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the mountains and the hills. That's why this government, these people go into their whatever, COP 26, them go to them such and such summit. And that's why when they talk about the word summit actually means mountain. It's actually speaking about mountain. So no matter about these governments of the world, man. A lot of you people looking for deliverance through these governments of the world, man. When they might come up with them whole climate change beat and the gecko man. The man like a gecko. You never see a gecko? A gecko look? The man like a gecko. But like a real gecko. See? He might come with this thing in the metaverse where they might show something and thing there. Hey, that's the white man's salvation. And what's the way I look for? See? In deliverance. See? Through when them call it the whole Vanessa program when them push and all of this, which actually have a lead up to the RFID device, which is the MOTD, at the end of the day. That's how people are looking for salvation and the white man's science. See? And them not look for the Lord. But truly, our salvation will come from the Lord Yahweh Hashem Shai.
Yeah.
Not from these men. Not from your government. Not from your politicians. Not from your entertainers. Not from none of these people who you're solely looking to and believe, man. Not from Marcus Garvey. Not from Malcolm X. Not from Paul Bogle. We call it all of the dead man them under look for him from. Selassie. Not from Selassie. Not from none of these men. Not from your false God. Not from Buddha. You see? Not from Mecca, the piece of rock, whatever. Whatever you worship it. And not, most of all, not from Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's how people get struck. Jesus Christ. The Lord name is not Jesus Christ. See? The Cedric Bourgeois. That are the so-called white man from the Bourgeois family. When he
Alexander.
Pope Alexander, yeah. Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
Go back. Serapis.
Christus, man. Oh, the name of our Lord and Savior is Yahweh Shai. See?
If I watch this anime named Vinland Saga, and what happened is that they show the war between the Danish people and the English, and they take one of the English prince them captive, and the pastor or the priest would go with him. So they might mock the priest, and they might mock the priest, and they say, look at his God. As if he was crawling man and a piece of stick.
Yeah.
Look at him. As if he let him save you.
Yeah.
Can he save you?
Yeah.
As if
The
he
scripture actually tell about that, man. Yeah. Yeah. You can bring it out. Yeah? You can bring it out. Bring it out. Deuteronomy 32 and 35. I can't get it. Yeah. You can start at verse 35.
32 and 34.
Yeah.
This is Deuteronomy 32 and verse 35. It says, to me belongeth vengeance and recompense, since their foot shall slide in due time, for the day of their calamity is at hand.
Hey. It spoke about calamity is at hand. And even 2/3 among our people, man, scoff and laugh at the Lord. And the rest of Eden nation, yeah, them calamity is at hand, man. The Lord said, to me belongeth vengeance. See? Everything you can think of on the earth coming from the Lord, you see? Whether I want to be good or evil, I wouldn't afraid to talk.
Yeah.
Because we don't come here to go around the doctrine.
We are not
Yeah. We come in here, we uncensored. When we come out here, we speak the truth. We're not soothsayers, man. See? We don't come here to please nobody feelings and not please nobody heart. Yeah, whether you want to believe or you believe not. Our power, Lord, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Hashem Shai, cometh from him good and evil. See? Continue.
That says, for the day of their calamity is at hand, and the things that shall come upon them make haste.
Which is right.
It says, for the Lord shall judge his people and repent himself for his servants. It says, when he seeth that their power is gone and there is none shut up or left.
Yeah, the Lord will judge his people and repent himself for his servants. The servants are who the prophets, man. And the elect will repent himself for his servants, man. The ones who sincerely call upon him and believe upon him, man. See?
It says, and he shall say, where are their gods?
Where are their gods?
Their rock in whom they trusted,
Yes.
which eat the fat of their sacrifices and drank the wine of their drink offerings. Let them rise up and help you and be your protection.
Yes, the Lord said, your rock. We're searching where Bourgeois, where Jesus Christ in a time to come. See? We're Selassie. We're Mecca. Where all of them things are there. Let them rise up and save you when the Lord bring the destruction, man. See? Yeah? You have a priest about?
I wonder.
No,
This is Isaiah 10 and verse 3 says, and what will he do in the day of visitation
Done.
and in the desolation which shall come from far? To whom
right.
will he flee for help? And where will he leave your glory?
Done. who you gonna flee for help, man? See? Because if you don't know the name of the Lord, you have to show your shine, man. Where you gonna flee to? You gonna flee to your guns? You have to flee to my so-called wife, man. See? With them weapons. Where you gonna flee to help, man? See? We know who we gonna flee to. Yeah, only start what?
Without me, they shall bow down under the prisoners, and they shall fall under the slain. For all this, his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger, and the staff in their hand is mine indignation.
God, hey, who is the mother of the Assyrian today? So-called white man, Esau, see? Him is the Lord's hand. Scripture tell you. Psalm 17 and verse 13. Yeah? So the man is the Lord.
I will send him against an hypocritical nation, and against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge.
Which is right, man, against an hypocritical nation, man. And that hypocritical nation is who? Our people, man. The Lord's, the Israelites, man. Most of you are hypocrites, man. Most of you hate the Lord, you have a bash in your shine. See? So the Lord send the so-called white man against him, man. See? Because when the Lord come, a lot of you turn against him, man. See? And live wickedly, man. And despise him ways, despise him
Weary of the streets.
You're gonna be trodden down, man. That's why scripture says burning rot. See? The skin all over you, man. See? It says a burning rot, the skin all over you. See? So you're gonna get trodden, man. The scripture says they that consent of them and trodden down.
I'll be adding the region.
And you're adding the region, man. And trodden down, man. See? So that's what we're doing, man. Like what this one. See, our trust. See, and the scripture said, weapons for warfare are not carnal. See? So a lot of you, at the time to come, you have to turn to your guns, your knives, whatever you can find, man. But we know who you're going to turn to in that day, man. When destruction comes, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? Who's going to deliver us? After them, yeah, my
It's Psalm 44 and 5 says, through thee will we push down our enemies. Through thy... Verse 4. Lord my King, power, God, command deliverance for Jacob.
yes.
Through thee will we push down our enemies. Through thy name will we tread them down under. Tread them down under and raise up against us. True.
Them to shame what hate us, man. See, we not trust in our bow, now shield. See, we not put trust in our bow and our shield, man. We not put no trust in another carnal weapons, man. In the name of the Lord, man. You can continue. You can continue.
In Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, we boast all day long.
In Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, we boast all day long, man.
And praise thy name forever. Salah.
Which is right.
This is Psalms 124 and verse 1 say, if it had not been the Lord who was on our side, no may Israel say, we had not been the Lord who was on our side when men rose up against us. Then they had swallowed us up quickly when their wrath was kindled against us.
That's why the scripture says when the enemy shall rush in like a flood. See? The Lord is going to lift up a standard, man. Yeah, so the Lord is going to bless his men. See? A lot of the men are the Lord are get spiritual poison at them time, man. See? And we can see where we're drawing closer and closer to that moment. Because we see where Esau Edom is pushing his agenda more and more. See? To come at the Lord's people, man. See? That's why they come up with all these meetings. See? Because they bring forth what? That agenda to bring forth them destruction upon women. But the Lord is going to raise up a standard.
Because a lot of people have doubt the fact that the Lord is going to, bring spiritual power to certain of his men. But when in one time now where some strange operations that happen now, because if something cannot be explained, once something can be explained, in any form of way, Jake push away the whole idea of people having power or things that happen outside, but guess what? So you have some operations take place, for the past couple of months, going back even before that now, where you have to question, So by default, if men can work witchcraft then, and certain things happen, you know what I mean? It goes to show that, look, this go beyond Esau science, man. What people believe, man. So if it go that way for the left hand side, it must go that way for the right hand side too. You see, okay, Jamaica, I don't know how the video come. Me personally can't explain it, but there's a frog being pulled from a female, you know what I mean? I see demons, jumping on people, little kids and all them things. Hey, them they're strange happenings, man. You know what I mean? So if them things here can happen beyond the norm, because these things are beyond the norm, people are witnessing them things here. Simple mean that other things cannot be on the norm too. On the righteous side, man, because them things here are on the left hand side. You know what I mean? We're going to see more things on the left hand side, man.
Right.
Yeah, see people basically believing, a lot of people was believing, I don't know about this false prophet. They must speak out from Melody. But a lot of people believe that this man used to work miracles, man. A lot of people used to believe that. A matter of fact, one of the witness at the scene said them fire much and shot off a man on the kitchen. Even though motor vehicle accident, they allegedly kill him. I don't know it go. I don't know it go. But hey,
another way that the Lord
well, whatsoever, whether I'm using sleight of the hand or whatsoever, well, something they are going. The people them trust and believe that he was even God, because them even think say about God.
His Excellency.
Yeah, His Excellency. So, hey, we don't put it past them, because guess what? Go back in the land of Egypt.
Yes.
What happened there? The Pharaoh's magicians showed them rat. Then they have them so-called pastors, them false prophets. Yeah, them are gonna do things, man. Them are gonna do things, man. The Lord say, oh, look here, even men who claim say them are prophesy of the Lord, they say that them are come to him and say, haven't we
Prophesying
in thy name cast out devils, man.
In thy name.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I gotta do things. If scripture say it be possibly deceive the very elect. Go on, brother.
It's Isaiah 59 and verse 19 say, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun.
Go on.
When the enemy shall come in like a flood.
This is what the Lord will show his powers, man. Not through them false prophets and them churches, man. When the enemy rush in like a flood to destroy Israel in general. One. Hey, we know the elite of the society, they're seeing powers because them are called worship. You know what I mean? Them do them sacrifices just to see them like someone never talk about my lower level, man. My lower level compared to certain heads of states and them things, man. Them seeing shit what the regular man don't see. You know what I mean? That's why they have so much confidence. They have so much confidence. You know what I mean? That them can do this thing because it seems as if power is only on their side. Yeah, these men literally sincerely believe that they were the only one where we can do certain things and certain powers or certain vibration work with them only. Yes, that wicked vibration work with them only. And they have this really go around with this African dude with the AK-47 a fire AK round up in mouth and spit out the rounds them, man. Yeah, them work with the left hand energy, man. You know what I mean? They work with that left hand energy, man. Yeah? But guess what?
When the enemy shall come in like a flood,
Gone?
the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him.
Right, the Spirit of the Lord is going to lift up a standard. You know what I mean? And the whole world are going to understand that.
Which is right.
Yeah? Because the Lord said, He will give a fame and praise on the land that they get put to shame. In all the land that they get put to shame. All the land. Yeah. Right. And the Lord I bring you know? Yeah, so yeah, witchcraft going on in Jamaica, man. I have voodoo over there in Haiti and Obeah in Jamaica, man. And guess what? They do shit. They do shit, man. You know what I mean? To the point where a nigger is see it and believe in it. You know it's a nigger don't really have no faith like that right now. So you have to see something, they have to basically believe it. And they've been seeing shit. They've been seeing shit, man. So they say, oh, I'm confident in something. You see something, we're out of the norm. Yeah? That's a nigger for you. You see something that's out of the norm, man. And guess what? You have Obeah out here working. And you have things happening, man, based off of Obeah, man. Yeah? Yeah.
Fine.
We don't have anyone.
Alright, this is Isaiah 40 and verse 29. And it reads, He giveth power to the faint,
Right.
and to them that had no might, He increased strength.
Right, so look, man. Now when you go to the gym, go pump, go up and weight. Hey, nothing wrong with the man going to the gym and you know, learn your martial arts or whatsoever. You know what I mean? If you have it as a hobby, well, your pastime, you do that. You know? But at the end of the day, they don't think can't help at the end of the day, man. The Lord basically is gonna give you more than what you can train and get, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Hey, it's a them that is feeble among them. I'll be like David, man. Oh, when David go to battle, man, hundreds of man, them man they kill in a one battle, man. You know, one swing of the sword, and 300 man dead.
Well, them say 800 man drop on that time.
You know what I mean? So, you know, so that wasn't not normal, man. That wasn't not normal. You know, what do you think? David did up on a course, I practice them something there. You know what I mean? They would have practiced no kata and all them type of thing there, brother. You see, man, the Lord put a spirit on them to do that, man. He said, the Lord, scripture said, through him, they make him leap over a wall, man. You know what I mean? He never practiced to do that, to jump over a wall. You know, so we ain't enough to practice nothing, man. We're not practice. You know that day the Lord is, you see that movie Matrix? When them got download the information and fly the helicopter, oh, we can't fly the helicopter and just download the information. Look, man, the Lord's gonna get the knowledge to do something in an instant, man. How to do what in an instant, man. That's how it's gonna go. Yeah?
Yes, sir, I must say, respect.
Yeah, go on, brother.
This is 2 Samuel 23 and verse 8 says, These be the names of the mighty men whom David had, the Technonite that sat in the seat, the chief among the captains. The same was Adino, the Ezite. He lifted up his spear against 800 whom he slew at one time.
I mean, 800 man one time. Not joke business that. Which courage show you that, brother? I'm not courage show that.
25 man in the garage.
That was Jet Li I killed so much man in one swing, so. Yeah, and when next one name there? I think Jackie Chan. Jackie does the start them serious movie there. You know? Danny Yen.
And gently and the man, they don't ask them man that do this. And people watch them think that's, oh, them thing, yeah, so amazing, it must be fake. Always fake, you know? And well, in the scripture, man kill 800 man one time. You know?
Back to Isaiah 40 and verse 29 again. It says, He gave power to the faint, and to them that have no might, He increased strength.
Right.
Even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young man shall utterly fall, but they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength.
Right, them wait upon the Lord, man. Look, man. The scripture say I can run on a tired, man. I mean, see, so certain things not gonna affect you anymore. You know.
Like when shorter breath.
You know, shorter breath, you know, you run down the road and I hit that fear, man.
I can't breathe.
Can't breathe.
Alright, this is 2 Samuel 22, starting at it says, For thou art my lamp, O Lord, and light unto my darkness.
Right.
For by thee I have run through a troop.
You say by who? By the Lord I wash him and shine, I run through a troop. One brother?
By my God have I leaped over a wall.
By his God him leap over a wall. No, him not talk 1 3-foot wall, brother. Or 1 fence so them man scale all the while, about 7 foot tall. No, I don't want 7 foot tall fence you want to talk about. Man jump over a wall like a city wall.
The city wall them there.
You know what I mean?
Back in the ancient days, city wall high.
Yeah, you have to use them up as lead and them thing, they for breach them and them thing.
You see them in them movies, when them have to fire,
Yeah.
they call them catapult, them stone, they call them brimstone.
Catapult.
When them light the catapult, they light the fire,
What them
throw the
fortress
oil
that,
on it and
yeah.
throw the brimstone over. Some high wall, isn't it?
Even the movie, I think a Prince of Persia in it.
Yeah.
With them climb the wall.
Yeah.
The spirit of them climb the spirit of
Yeah, exactly.
the wall high.
Ain't no joke business, bro. Hey, scripture say, what was it about,
When some when they pull off all the gate. Run to the gate.
yeah, some sit on the man, every big gate and gone with me, brother. I get away 10 pounds, bro. You know, we 100 pounds. You know,
Tons of
big gate, you don't say you have to use something to slam it and lick it off.
Hey, them get the chain, it could have an animal head turn on wheel. You have it? You have it? Got this one in our shop. Deuteronomy 32 verse 28, it says, For that they understood this, that they would consider their latter end.
Right.
How should one chase 1,000 and 2 put 10,000 to flight,
Right.
except their rock had sold them and the Lord had shut them up?
Right, so hey, the Lord return, man. The spirit, that spiritual power upon certain men, you know. Hey, 2 hour what? Said 10,000 to flight, man.
Can.
You know what I mean? They have another priest but tell us, say you're gonna do that, man. You know, which is prophecy, and that gonna fulfill. You know what I mean? It's gonna fulfill well. You know what I mean? And just like how David run through a troop, just like how David jump over a wall. You know what I mean? Hey, all them things that you're gonna see man do some things. You know?
You have the scripture? More clear?
Yeah, go on.
Leviticus 26 verse 6, And I will give peace in the land, and ye shall lie down, and none shall make you afraid.
Right.
And I will rid evil beasts out of the land, neither shall the sword go through your land.
Right.
And ye shall chase your enemies, and they shall fall before you by the sword.
Right.
And 5 of you shall chase 100,
Right.
and 100 of you shall put 10,000 to flight,
Right.
and your enemies shall fall before you by the sword.
Right.
For I have respect unto you, and make you fruitful, and multiply you, and establish my covenant with you.
Right. And the Lord said, I'm gonna make you what? A new, sharp, treasured instrument.
Having teeth.
Having teeth, man. Yeah? So, hey, go on up on your hobby, man, and feel like, say, yo, you know, that man, gonna protect me with them guard up style thing. You know, so much man I get guard.
100,000 man, I'll lick us up, you know.
You see me? Certain man in authority Have them a cult ritual them when them feel like say oh, them have power over the people. Well the Lord have the right hand side to exalt man. Just like how exalt the left hand side in this wicked kingdom, gonna exalt the right hand side man. You know what I mean? So if you have if you already seen something, you don't see nothing yet man. You know? And don't believe so that the only thing that you see is only that there is. You know, you have other side to this thing, man. Hey, cause some man cling to the evil side because them always see the evil side manifesting, man. You know? Manifesting.
They were saying it's a wicked man live, wicked man live long.
Yeah, wicked man live long and all them type of stuff. You know, a lot of cut out them saying out of the earth, man. I'll cut them out. Yeah?
Jeremiah 51 and verse 20 said, Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war.
Run.
For with thee will I break in pieces the nation,
Run.
and with thee will I destroy kingdoms,
Run.
and with thee will I break in pieces the arse and its rider,
Run.
and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and its rider.
Run.
With thee will also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maiden.
Right, the Lord just wait till the so-called white man iniquity come to a full man. You know? Just like what he did back in the time of Egypt. Make it the new Egyptian iniquity come to a full.
Which scripture again after
Yeah?
Ezekiel 25 and 13, therefore thus said the Lord power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom,
Right?
and will cut off man and peace from it.
Right.
And I
Speaking
will-
about the so-called white man, the man of everybody fear in this lifetime, man.
God.
Every nation fear the so-called white man. Worse that him have all the weaponry them, you know, all the sophisticated weaponry them. You know what I mean? Everybody fear him.
I'm off the earth.
You know what I mean? Because when you look on the thing, conventional weaponry, you know, and he use them, and he strike fear in everybody's heart, man. Everybody fear, everybody does, yes, master. You know?
It says, and I will make it desolate from Timan, and day of Dedan shall fall by the sword,
God.
and I will lay vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel.
Right, so Israel is gonna look like you see, it don't matter what type of weapon you have, man. You know, the Lord is gonna put the spirit on Israel to bust your ass, man. Yeah?
Exactly. And they shall do in Edom according to mine anger,
Right.
and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, said the Lord power.
God.
Thus said the Lord power, because the Philistines have dealt by revenge, and have taken vengeance with a despiteful heart to destroy it for the whole hatred. Therefore thus said the Lord power, behold, I will stretch out my hand upon the Philistines, and I'll cut off the seraphims, and destroy the remnant of the sea coast.
God.
And I will execute great vengeance upon them, few rebukes, and they shall know I am the Lord when I shall lay my vengeance upon them.
God. Yeah? So, we're just gonna wait. We're waiting until the Lord rises up to the prayer, man. Yeah, because that's when the power is coming, man. When the Lord ready to take down this thing fully, man. You know?
This is Zephaniah 3 and verse 8 say, Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey, for my determination is to gather the nation, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
God. So what was the call now? Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Hashem. Kodash, the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom, don't brothers, I'm out there keep pushing this truth in sincerity with much honesty. Shalom.
Shalom.